lot of people move out, and they all grew up here.
It has been a very difficult time for all of us. But I honestly love this city too much to walk away. We started having meetings in the basement downstairs 25 years ago. Me, Gordon Chin, the Reverend Norman Fong, Rose Pack. It's a legendary downstairs.
24 years, that's right. Why you still want to be mayor?
Because I love the communities of San Francisco. I love the people. I'm worried about our future. I want to use my experience and my care and my connections and my knowledge to give the community what it needs to make sure that this is a city where we can still have our kids and our grandkids live in the same neighborhoods where we grew up, where we can have institutions like Chinese hospitals survive.
Yeah.
Remember I started crying? I mean, quite honestly, if I thought that this mayor cared more and was more effective, I wouldn't be running. I'd be retiring. I'm 60 years old. I'm like you.
You still want to hike more mountains, right?
Yeah. I would be on my way to Hong Kong, spend a week there, and then I'd go to Nepal and go hiking in the mountains.
You had a successful, business and a nonprofit and all that. You don't need the salary.
I'm doing this because I think San Francisco is great. I think it could be a lot better.
It's a unique small city that has a lot of different.
I mean, a lot of the stuff going on, I feel, has been unhealthy for San Francisco. I mean, the mayor's attitude is a very kind of angry attitude. The attitude is not a let's work together and get things done. It's pit people and communities against each other. And we're better than that. I mean, that's resulted in some ways in the police not feeling as respected as they should. She hasn't been very creative about how to solve our public safety problems. And I'm the only person who actually has enough experience that I actually have real plans. I mean, they keep blaming each other. Mark Farrell points at London Breed points at Daniel Lurie. I'm actually talking about what I know and what my plans are. And I'm very excited about
and you had the power to change a lot of things too. You did.
The Board of Supervisors is like the Board of Directors. We can ask questions. We can encourage the CEO to do things, but at the end of the day, the person who runs 60 departments and 34,000 employees is the mayor.
You had a track, but you're tough on people. Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at the things like,
100%.
You do late night phone calls and you want, get things that,
Listen, there's been times that I've been too passionate. Mm-hmm. I've also gotten older. I mean, I'm 60 now. I started when I was 35. But I'm proud of certain things. Like, I'm very proud that I have the longest staff retention record of any supervisor in the modern history.
Yeah.
Like, the people who, Rose Chung worked for me for 8 years. Sunny Angulo worked for me for 8 years. I mean, because I listen and I respect, but I hold people accountable. I want people to be the best they can be. I want them to come to work every day knowing that they have one thing, which is to work for the people of San Francisco and not screw around. And when they do screw around, my job is to hold them accountable. I mean, that's not because of a board of supervisors. That's a mayor who needs to change the tone and hold people accountable.
The last 7 months, I've been running around the city. A lot of improvement.
Yeah.
Have to give credit to the mayor now, a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely. She took her foot off the gas, and it got worse. And then the number it's entirely workable because in the last few months the numbers have gotten better. The number of drug overdose deaths have gone down in the last few months because she's finally acting like a mayor. But I wouldn't have gotten in this race 7 months ago if she was doing her job. I have done the hard work for this district day in and day out since I was first elected, because I do my constituent work up until I go to bed, and the first thing when I wake up in the morning, when I read the police reports at 6:30 in the morning, and there's a report that I find concerning, I read them every day in my district, I call the captain and talk about it and see whether or not the victim is getting the services that they need. That's the level of attention and detail and care that a CEO has to give. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about whether we agree on this issue or that issue. A lot of the hard work of economic recovery, who led the way on changing the tax structure? I did, because I knew that all of these businesses that managed to survive, the small businesses, couldn't keep paying business tax to San Francisco. So I was one who proposed changing the tax structure to raise.
You'll be on the ballot?
Yeah, Prop M.
Prop M, right? 25% to 75%.
Right. And I'm the only person who's proposing systemic management reform of the 9 city departments that don't talk to each other because this mayor's not bringing those departments together. 248 different nonprofit service providers who nobody is coordinating. They duplicate services. They duplicate functions like human resources and accounting. So we need to partner with the 9 Bay Area counties, the big cities in the Bay Area, to do the kind of major moves that we need. We need thousands of beds for homeless, not 10 beds here and 20 beds there. We still have unused state facilities that have been unused and underutilized. The voters of the state of California in March passed Proposition 1, billions of dollars for homelessness. We need to come together as a region. I want to lead a groundbreaking regional effort with the 9 Bay Area counties pooling their money, taking over multi-thousand bed facilities where we can actually give these people a place to live rather than on our streets. But in my district, for the 25 years, I have the least amount of homeless because I have been very aggressive about it.
It's a busy area.
Yeah, this is where all the tourists come. This is the densest neighborhood in the city. And I have worked very, very hard to not, have what happens in your old district in Soma.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
You have some sort of plan?
Yes, I do.
A concrete plan, not a plan that just say,
concrete.
Okay, we will do this.
No, I have a concrete plan.
Okay.
Our number one problem is police staffing shortage. My plan is simple. We need to start creating a schools to officers pathway. Right now, we're going to Texas, we're going to the Midwest, we're looking to bring people here. We should actually go and partner with these high schools, with our local academic institutions, San Francisco State, City College, and say, if you go to a 2-year or 4-year program, we will guarantee you a job as a cop when you finish. We will train you in our training academy in Diamond Heights while you're going to college. And we will give you a forgivable college loan that we will forgive the longer you stay in the department.
Let's talk about downtown. How can we bring back business, fun, tourists?
Number one, the biggest thing that we should do we have 20, the equivalent of 20 vacant Transamerica pyramids right now, 37% vacancy rate. This is an opportunity to convert vacant office to residential and actually have downtown be like a neighborhood. And because, what does a neighborhood need? Residents. And so I wrote legislation last summer changing the building code, the fire code, and the planning code to make it easier to convert office to residential. And then 2 months ago, I passed legislation where the city will give those property owners lower interest money if they convert their buildings from vacant office to residential. Almost 2 percentage points less than the financing you can get at the bank. We gave tax relief to the 10 largest corporations in San Francisco: Salesforce, Google, Airbnb because I don't want them to leave town. I mean, I led the way on doing the most important thing, which is tax reform to encourage them to stay in San Francisco. We have to be welcoming to business.
Yeah. What is your leadership style?
I respect many of them. I know what motivates them. I know where their strong abilities are, where they need help. It was very funny. We were at a debate a few weeks ago, and the question from the moderator was, "What are you going to do on your first day in office?" And Daniel Lurie said, "I'm going to sit with the 60 department heads and figure out, who's good and who's bad." And then the question came to me. I said, "I don't need to. I already know every single one of them. I am the oldest person running for mayor, but I'm also the adult in the room. I've also kind of matured, and I've become that statesman that this job requires. I wasn't ready for this job 20 years ago. I wasn't ready for this job 10 years ago. And I had to go through some life changes. I had to stop drinking, 3.5 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah. I think all the viewers, all the people that, even the people over there, the third generation, a lot of people move out. All my friends that want to move, and they all grew up here. We all from
we
same high
cannot
school.
give up on San Francisco. With all respect to the mayor, none of us have ever gone through COVID. Okay, this was a life-changing experience for everybody on the planet Earth, for cities and states and countries. And we all came together for that, and we did very well in San Francisco.
So you need 4 years or 8 years?
4.
4 years make a difference.
Oh, you can
It's
make
gonna be on tape.
Oh, I'm
going to translate in Chinese.
Yeah,
and then
so Danny, who knows what happens in 4 years? Here's what I believe. I want to work my butt off for 4 years, night and day, to turn this city around. Let's see how we're looking in 4 years.